Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to break down the techniques that I use to play with the plunger mute on the trumpet. I was able to learn these techniques studying with trombonist Wycliffe Gordon and during a masterclass with trumpeter Wynton Marsalis when I was in college. Over the years I've developed these skills both in my own personal playing and during my years on the road as a trumpeter with the Count Basie Orchestra. Let's go ahead and get into it. So playing with the plunger mute has a lot of different musical applications. In some cases there will be some very specific articulations written into sheet music if you're playing in an ensemble or a big band, where in other cases you're using the plunger during improvisation and the techniques you use are completely up to you. In either case, I'm going to cover some essential techniques to get you started on your journey. Please remember to take your time to practice musical phrases with these and focus on getting the best sound possible with concentrated technique and striving for a vocal quality on your instrument. I had the chance to do a masterclass of Wynton Marsalis while I was a student at Michigan State University. I was playing the trumpet solo feature The Shepherd by Duke Ellington for a big band. After performing the piece, Wynton worked with me one-on-one, playing some excerpts from the piece and sharing some important wisdom about the plunger mute. The one that stuck out to me the most was the idea of using the plunger mute as a lower jaw on the horn. Many times you'll see some inexperienced players flailing the plunger around without a clear strategy or technique to achieve their desired sound. So this lower jaw concept keeps the plunger anchored to the bell and minimizes unnecessary or unhelpful movement. Without using the plunger mute, I'm just going to take my left hand and use it to support the bottom of my bell. And then when I add the plunger in, I still kind of have my left hand supporting in the palm, but then I'm able to add the plunger. So it keeps my hand anchored to the horn and kind of keeps it serving as a lower jaw. Alright, so let's dive into some common plunger techniques and I'll break down some of the best practices you can use to master them. Keep in mind that all of these sounds can be used in combination with other trumpet effects, but I'm purposely going to demonstrate these techniques only using the plunger to alter my sound. As soon as you place the plunger in front of your bell, you'll notice there's a change of sound to the instrument. I think it's really important to be familiar with the range of sounds you can get while simply holding the plunger in one of three positions: open, closed, and half. I'm going to demonstrate the sound of the open plunger mute, keeping my hand on the bell and keeping the plunger mute extended about this far. Now I'll demonstrate a closed sound by making sure that the plunger is nice and tight against the bell, and I should get a buzzing sound similar to a harmon mute. I'm also going to get that half plunger sound by starting out closed and then just moving away from the bell just a little bit with the plunger. Being aware of these positions allows you to remove any unnecessary or performative movements that don't have as much musical impact. With the closed position, you want to make sure that you practice keeping your center of pitch and you can get a sound that sounds almost like a harmon mute. Having a plunger with a hole cut in the center and a penny placed in the middle helps with the sound. This plunger mute that I'm demonstrating with is the Kenny Rampton model blue indigo plunger from Hirschman Mutes. One of the things that I love is that it has this adjustable penny on the side here that you can use to get the penny placement in the exact position that you need for your desired sound. Let's move on to the closed to open position. This is one of the most common sounds used on the plunger and creates a singing quality that sounds like wah or ya. We're going to start off in the closed position and then quickly move to an open position, getting that wah sound. Next, let's start with a closed position and slowly move to open. You're going to start off by playing a fully closed note and getting that buzz sound, and then slowly move to open. This creates a really dramatic tension and release sound in your playing. Alright, now let's practice going quickly from an open sound to a closed sound. In my head, I always picture someone abruptly being cut off whenever I hear this. It gives the impression of a quick dynamic change as well, even though I'm still playing full volume when it's closed. Let's start out by playing a note in the open position and then quickly chomping down with the lower jaw into a closed position. The last technique that we're checking out is moving from an open sound to a closed sound, but moving slowly. To me, this sounds like a really whiny or crying type vocal technique, and I tend to use this at the end of a phrase, and I'll even let the pitch drop a little bit to fully taper off that note. We're going to start with the open sound, and then slowly close that off. And again, I'm purposely allowing myself to drop the center of pitch a little bit, just to get that tapered sound. I'm not really quite coming all the way to a fully closed position. It's more like coming to about halfway. So as you can hear, it's really common to combine playing plunger mute with other trumpet effects like smears, falls, doits, growls, shakes, etc. I plan on doing another video covering these techniques in detail, but for now I want you to just keep an open mind to experimenting with different combinations of sounds and being intentional with how you use the plunger mute. Listening to masterful plunger players is going to be really vital to your success. Some of my own personal favorites on the plunger include Cody Williams, Clark Terry, Wycliffe Gordon, and Wynton Marsalis. And of course, there are so many more. So keep being curious and keep your ears open for ways you can use this mute to get the sound that you want. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can get more videos like this in your feed. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Yeah.